They may have discovered the location of one of Egypt's sun temples built thousands of years ago.
In every corner of our vast planet, there exist enigmatic locales shrouded in mystique, captivating the imagination and beckoning the curious. These mysterious places, steeped in legend, lore, and unanswered questions, evoke a sense of wonder and intrigue. Number 20. Casorso, Italy, two trees in one. The Bialbero di Casorso, or Double Tree of Casorso, is situated between Grana and Casorso in Piedmont, Italy. It is a mulberry tree on which a cherry tree grows. The cherry tree rises well above the mulberry tree on which it stands. Epiphytical growing trees are not unusual, but they normally reach a small size and have a short lifespan, as there is normally not enough humus and space available where they grow. Large epiphytes like this one require that the upper tree have a root connection to the ground, for example by growing down through a hollow trunk. Number 19. Heidentor, Austria, mysterious ancient arch. The Heidentor, also known as Heathen's Gate or Pagan's Gate, is the partially reconstructed ruin of a triumphal arch of the Roman Empire, located in what was the fort city of Carnuntum, in present-day Austria. Originally tetrapylon in form, only one of its four arches remains. Located nearly 900 meters south of the urban core of Carnuntum, a former Roman city with a population of around 50,000, counting legionary forces stationed around it. It was a four-sided structure, presumably of four arches, and estimated to have been erected during the reign of Emperor Constantius II, 351 to 361 AD. These tetrapylons were often built to celebrate some victory by the local army. Each facade of the structure was likely 14.5 meters wide. The locals in subsequent centuries referred to the structure as a gate for the Roman city. Number 18. Swinton Druids Temple, England. Located on the historic Swinton estate, this alluringly eerie site has been attracting keen visitors for hundreds of years now. While dubbed a Druids Temple, in reality this folly was not built until the 1700s by owner of the Swinton estate, William Danby. It's believed the temple was constructed at a time of public fascination around Druidism and the occult during the height of the Romantic period. Inspired by famed stone circle sites such as Stonehenge, the Druids Temple at Massum contains a mysterious temple along with other creations styled after numinous prehistoric formations. Number 17. Cano Cristales, Colombia. Cano Cristales is a Colombian river located in the Serranía de la Macarena, an isolated mountain range in the Meta department. It is a tributary of the Guayabero River, itself a part of the Orinoco Basin. Cano Cristales was found in 1969 by a group of cattle farmers. The river is commonly called the River of Five Colors, or the Liquid Rainbow, and is noted for its striking colors. The bed of the river from the end of July through November is variously colored yellow, green, blue, black, and especially red, the last caused by Rhyncholysis clavidura plants on the riverbed. In recent years, the river has become a tourist destination. There were more than 16,000 visitors in 2023. Number 16. Kawah Ijen Lake, Indonesia. The Kawah Ijen volcano and crater lake in Banyuwangi is hands down one of the world's most spectacular sights. The lake at Mount Ijen is the biggest acid lake in the world, and it's also famous for a crazy phenomenon known as the Kawah Ijen Blue Fire, where you can see hot blue flame burning like lava in the dark. Since National Geographic mentioned the electric blue flame of Ijen, tourist numbers have increased. The phenomenon has long been known, but midnight hiking tours are a more recent offering. A 2-hour hike is required to reach the rim of the crater, followed by a 45-minute hike down to the bank of the crater. The blue fire is ignited sulfuric gas, which emerges from cracks at temperatures up to 600 degrees Celsius 1,112 degrees Fahrenheit. The flames can be up to 5 meters, 16 feet, high. Number 15. Colosso dell'Apennino, Italy. The Apennine Colossus is a stone statue, approximately 11 m high, in the estate of the Villa Demidoff in Vallia, Tuscany in Italy. Giambologna created the colossal figure, a personification of the Apennine Mountains, in the late 1580s. It was constructed on the grounds of the Villa di Pratolino, a Renaissance villa that fell into disrepair and was replaced by the Villa Demidoff in the 1800s. It was the water source for the Pratolino, its fountains, and secret water place. Within the giant exist a series of chambers and caves on 3 levels. In the ground floor of the Colossus exists a cave containing an octagonal fountain dedicated to the Greek goddess Thetis. In other chambers, mining scenes based on the book De Re Metallica by the mineralogist Georgius Agricola were to be seen. Number 14. Barabar Caves, India. Barabar Hill Caves are the oldest surviving rock-cut caves in India, dating from the Maurya Empire 322 to 185 BCE, some with Ashokan inscriptions, located in the Mukdumpur region of Jahanabad district, Bihar, India, 24 kilometers north of Gaya. The caves were used by ascetics from the Ajivika sect, founded by Makali Gosala, a contemporary of Gautama Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, and of Mahavira, the last and 24th Tirthankara of Jainism. The Ajivikas had many similarities with Buddhism as well as Jainism. Also present at the site are several rock-cut Buddhist and Hindu sculptures and inscriptions from later periods. Most caves at Barabar consist of two chambers carved entirely out of granite, with a highly polished internal surface, the Mauryan polish, also found on sculptures, and exciting echo effects. Barabar Hill contains 4 caves: Karan Chaupar, Lomas Rishi, Sadama, and Visvakarma. Number 13. Al Nasla Rock Formation, Saudi Arabia. The Al Nasla Rock is a landform 50 kilometers south of the Tema Oasis in Saudi Arabia. It is split down the middle into 2 parts, both balanced on small pedestals. The overall shape of the rock is due to wind erosion and the chemical weathering made possible by the moist conditions in the protected underside of the rock. It is split in 2 by a joint. The rock is about 6 meters high and 9 meters wide, and is covered on its southeast face with numerous petroglyphs. Al Nasla consists of twin sandstone rocks. Number 12. Stone Spheres of Costa Rica. The stone spheres of Costa Rica are an assortment of over 300 petrospheres in Costa Rica, on the Diquis Delta and on Isla del Cano. The spheres are commonly attributed to the extinct Diquis culture, and they are sometimes referred to as the Diquis spheres. They are the best-known stone sculptures of the Istmo-Colombian area. They are thought to have been placed in lines along the approach to the houses of chiefs, but their exact significance remains uncertain. According to some archaeologists' hypothesis, the spheres could represent solar systems, or just be inspired by various stages of the sun, and the moon is viewed with the naked eye, including setting or rising suns and half moons. The spheres range in size from a few centimeters to over 2 meters, 6.6 feet in diameter, and weigh up to 15 tons. The spheres were discovered in the 1930s as the United Fruit Company was clearing the jungle for banana plantations. Workmen pushed them aside with bulldozers and heavy equipment, damaging some spheres. Number 11. Pyramid of Sayasilco, Mexico City, Lost Civilization. Coahuilco is an important archaeological site located on the southern shore of Lake Texcoco in the southeastern valley of Mexico, in what is today the borough of Tlalpan in Mexico City. Construction of the Coahuilco Pyramid began a few centuries BCE, during the late pre-classic period of Mesoamerican history. The site was occupied until its destruction by the eruption of Zittel, sometime between 245 and 315 CE. Based on its date of occupation, Coahuilco may be the oldest city in the Valley of Mexico and was roughly contemporary with, and possibly interacting with, the Olmecs of Mexico's Gulf Coast region. Based on known facts, it was the first important civic-religious center of the Mexican highlands, its population probably including all the social strata and cultural traits that would characterize the Altepetl city-state of classical Mesoamerica. Number 10. Temple of Andara, Syria, Giant Foot Imprints. The Andara Temple is a destroyed Iron Age Syro-Hittite temple noted for its similarities to Solomon's Temple, also known as the First Temple in Jerusalem, as described in the Hebrew Bible. It is located near the village of Ain Dara, in Afrin district, Syria. According to the excavator, Ali Abu Asaf, it existed from 1300 BC until 740 BC and remained almost unchanged during the construction of Solomon's Temple as it had been before, so it predates the First Temple. The surviving sculptures depict lions and sphinxes, which are comparable to the cherubim of the First Temple. Massive footprints were carved into the floor. Whether of giants, humans, or animals is debatable. Also left to speculation is to whom the temple is dedicated. Number 9. Nazi Concrete Rings, Arctic Coast. Secrets of the Rings, Die Glock, as it was codenamed by the Nazis, was a hard metal object about 12 to 15 feet tall and 9 feet in diameter. Described by a Polish journalist and self-proclaimed military historian based on the alleged testimony of that SS general, the bell held two counter-rotating 1-inch thick lead cylinders inside. The cylinders contained a liquid metal called Cerium 525. It looked like mercury but glowed purple while the machine was powered up using high amounts of electricity. Once activated, nobody really actually explains what it did, except killing people and animals around it, disintegrating them. Some even say it was designed to look into the past, bending gravity and time, but not into the future. The concrete rings are located near the village of Liana Kamari, in the region of Murmansk Oblast, Russia, next to Finland, and were used as fortifications for artillery pieces. Soviet Marines invaded the area and took over these positions on October 12, 1944. The harbor became a base for the Red Fleet, and a base for submarines was built nearby, which explains the prohibited nature of the site for decades, until the base was dismantled. Number 8. Vitonet Island, Kenya, the no-return island. The island is just several kilometers long, though many tribes and locals live around the places near to it. No one lives in that island, as it is a popular belief that the place is cursed. Locals say that many used to live on the island many years ago. They fished, hunted, traded with their relatives on the mainland. However, the island residents suddenly stopped coming to the mainland at all. Then several men from the waterside village came to the island to see what happened. When they reached the island, they were struck dumb. They saw a deserted village with huts full of various things, and fish was rotting near extinguished fire. There was no sign of any human there. Scouts left the island very quickly and decided not to try their fate. Nobody except for birds ventured to go there again. Number 7. Barsak Plateau, Kazakhstan, where time stands still. The first recorded survey of Barsakelms was made in August 1848, when geographer A. Makshiv and topographer Akishev made a topographical survey of the island and described its landscape. During the second half of the 20th century, there was a persistent urban legend about paranormal phenomena occurring on the island. The legend reached its peak in the early 1990s, when popular science magazine Technika Molodyozy published a large article about these phenomena, listing local medical student Sergei Lukyanenko as their chief source. It told an engaging story of variable flow of time on the island and possible UFO visitation, and featured letters and stories from local fishermen about strange temporal variations, disappearing expeditions, and other mysteries. It was later revealed, however, that the legends were a series of elaborate hoaxes perpetrated by successive generations of local writers and journalists, which central publications in the USSR had believed and picked up to boost public interest. Number 6. Wave Rock, Australia. Wave Rock is a natural rock formation that is shaped like a tall breaking ocean wave. The wave is about 15 meters high and around 110 meters long. It forms the north side of a solitary hill, which is known as Hayden Rock. This hill, which is a granite Inselberg, lies about 3 kilometers east of the small town of Hayden and 296 kilometers east-southeast of Perth, Western Australia. A wall lies above Wave Rock about halfway up Hayden Rock and follows the contours of the rock surface. It collects and funnels rainwater to a storage dam. Wave Rock is a spectacular example of what geomorphologists call a flared slope. A flared slope is a concave upward or inward bedrock surface that is typically found around the base of Inselbergs, Bornhards, and granitic boulders, and also on their higher slopes. Number 5. Skellig Michael, Ireland. Skellig Michael is a twin-pinnacled crag 11.6 kilometers west of the Ivrak Peninsula in County Kerry, Ireland. Skellig Michael consists of approximately 22 hectares, 54 acres, of rock, with its highest point, known as the Spit, 714 feet above sea level. The island is defined by its twin peaks and intervening valley, known as Christ's Saddle, which make its landscape steep and inhospitable. It is best known for its Gaelic monastery, founded between the 6th and 8th centuries, and its variety of inhabiting species, which include gannets, puffins, a colony of razorbills, and a population of approximately 50 gray seals. Number 4. Abu Ghraib, Egypt, Sun Temple Enigma. Abu Ghraib is a locality in Egypt situated 15 kilometers south of Cairo, between Saqqara and Al-Jizah. about 1 kilometer north of Abu Sur, on the edge of the desert plateau on the western bank of the Nile. The locality is best known for the solar temple of King User Ini, the largest and best preserved solar temple, as well as the solar temple of Userkaf, both built in the 25th century BCE during the Old Kingdom period. Evidence suggests that as many as 6 solar temples were constructed during the 5th dynasty. However, only the 2 temples previously mentioned have been excavated. Inside the temple is a large, open courtyard. At the western end of the courtyard lie the ruins of a colossal stone obelisk. The obelisk had a pedestal red granite base, sloping sides, and a square top. The obelisk itself, however, was constructed out of irregularly shaped limestone blocks. Number 3. Spotted Lake, British Columbia, Canada. Spotted Lake is richly concentrated with various minerals. It contains dense deposits of magnesium sulfate, calcium, and sodium sulfates. It also contains high concentrations of 8 other minerals and lower amounts of silver and titanium. Most of the water in the lake evaporates over the summer, revealing colorful mineral deposits. Large spots on the lake appear and are colored according to the mineral composition and seasonal amount of precipitation. Magnesium sulfate, which crystallizes in the summer, is a major contributor to spot color. In the summer, remaining minerals in the lake harden to form natural walkways around and between the spots. Number 2. Lost City off the Kalahari. The Lost City of the Kalahari is a historical mystery of exploration and archaeology dating to the end of the 19th century. History reports the existence of a ruined city found in the Kalahari Desert in southern Africa. In 1885, the Canadian Guillermo Farini was one of the first Westerners to cross the unexplored portion of the Kalahari. On his return to Europe, he published a book detailing his experiences, which included descriptions of unusual rock formations that he believed to be ruins of hitherto unknown buildings. Farini subsequently presented a paper to the Royal Geographical Society. It was read in his absence, and photographs taken on the expedition were publicly exhibited, increasing his notoriety and that of his journey. Number 1. Gunjawamp, Connecticut, USA. Unexplained phenomena. Gunjawamp is an archaeological site in Groton, Connecticut, United States, consisting of artifacts dating from 2000 to 770 BC, a stone circle, and the remains of both Native American and colonial structures. Besides containing the remains of houses and storage structure, the Gunjawamp site has a double circle of stones near its center, just north of 2 stone chambers. 2 concentric circles of large quarried stones, 21 large slabs laid end to end, are at the center of the site. The origin and meaning of the name is uncertain. According to the Hartford Courant, researchers have associated the name Gunjawamp with ancient Gaelic, Mohegan, Pequot, and Algonquin, and could mean anything from Church of the People, Place of Ledges, Swampy Place, or All-Powerful and White, respectively. The specific function and temporal origin of the stone chambers have yet to be definitively established. Thanks for watching another episode. While you are still here, make sure to click the video on the screen for more quality content.